Grand Rising, welcome to the channel. What you're looking at are plasma beings, ETs. This is a screenshot from a video from the other night when I was outside. And I had just got done cutting the grass. The sun had went down. And I noticed these small lights popping in. And as I'm looking at the lights, I started to see what appeared to be almost like a celestial type of substance, but thicker plasma. So I started recording and I zoomed in, and there they are. You can see them very well. You can see the one right there to the left. You can see its head. It's like the corner of its head has a light shining on it. Now, this is a video from this morning. If you look at the corner of my yard, you see the white substance, right? Some people say, oh, well, that's just an opening of the branch and you're seeing through to the house. That's not. And we're going to come back to that. We're going to come back to that. If you guys been following me for a while, you'll remember me saying that I thought these were lights. I thought I thought this was like part of my surrounding, but they're popping up in odd places. Do you see right there to the right? I mean, there's so many of them. Sometimes they gather around the light. Sometimes they manifest from light. I've seen so much, I've seen them pop in where there was no light and became the light in that area. Now, I didn't edit this picture. Excuse me. If I would have lightened the picture up, I could only imagine how many are in there. Now, you may be wondering, should we be concerned? Check out this one. I feel like if you focus on your vibration, what you emit in the universe, that's what you need to be concerned about. I didn't circle in this, so I would say this is more for those who are advanced. But you have a huge celestial right there hanging from the tree. And then you have the, plasma orbs off to the left. It has been 14 days since the light has been out. And I tell you, it is so many of them over there. ETs, celestials. One thing I learned, most of the ETs, like the Greys, they do not care for the light. And I feel like it's because they're trying to hide. They don't want to be seen. They don't want to be, and it may be to protect them, Because, over the years, I'm sure they've been coming here for many, 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 many years. And I'm sure that when people have spotted them, they've tried to attack them. So that would make sense. That's like us going to a foreign, planet. You know what I'm saying? And you're different than the people, the beings that are there. So you're going to want to hide. You're going to want to take cover. You're going to avoid the light because the light would reveal you. And what can you hide in? Trees and bushes. It makes sense. One of the number one questions I get asked, why are they in the trees and bushes? Because they're trying to hide. They're trying to blend in. They don't want to be noticed. But yet, they want to be here, and they want to watch, and they want to study, they want to observe. And then they send off these smaller orbs, what many people are experiencing. The orbs and the rods, which is like particles. It's pieces. It's an extension of them. Anytime you see a bunch of orbs or rods, best believe there is a bigger being somewhere nearby. And those smaller ones, excuse me, the rods and the orbs, they go and they collect whatever it is that this entity, this bigger being is wanting, rather it's samples of your DNA, whatever. Here's another awesome screenshot of a video. Now in this I did circle because I want you guys to see them. And I didn't circle all of them. I would have ruined the picture. But I circled, I feel like the main ones that really pop out. Like, I mean, you guys, look how well they blend. There's one to the left, right underneath the circle. I missed that one. But, what was I going to say? I mean, just listen, for those who know what they look like or have a connection to them, or you're sensitive like myself, it's like you can look at a picture and just go straight to it. You see them all. Like, you don't have to search the picture. You don't have to zoom in. Then there's those who do have to look at it for a while. Now let's go back. This is with the, 4K phone, 4K camera. I think is a 5K picture video. It may be 4K. But look at that. I mean, right there, smack dead in the middle, at the lower bottom of the picture, you can see that. It's a reddish brown. To the right of it is a light. Excuse me, when I say light, I'm talking about them. Everything on that picture is extraterrestrial, interdimensional. Nothing of it is actually, of this world. It's all of it, the whole picture. That is them. That is them. And I do believe new ones have come in that I don't believe were here before, and that I really believe that. Some of the things I've experienced, oh yeah. Now, this is another part of the video from this morning. If you look over to the left, you can see them over there. I remember somebody told me a while back ago, they said, wait till you start seeing them during the day. You think you're amazed now. And I cannot remember her name for the life of me, but she was right. Look at that one that's hanging from the tree. It's amazing. There's the one all the way to the left. It looks like a chunk of some sort of white substance right there in the tree. That is a light beam. That thing has been there for 2 years now. Some of them are stationed. It may not, I'll take it back. I said recently, I don't think that's a light beam because I've never seen it move. I think it's like a doorway or an opening or a tear for them to come out. Yes. Now, it was in the shape of a light beam, but I've never seen it move, not one time. Now, I have seen, different type of beings standing near it, beside it. In one video, I thought they were having a conversation. But no, I think it's some sort of like doorway. But right there in the corner of my fence, you can see the chunky whites. And there's going to be a video coming up at night, that same area. So if you see how we thought we were looking back at the opening of a branch to the house, like looking at a White House, now we got a side view. See? It's sitting inside of that bush. And this particular one, the one that looks kind of grayish, is closer to the pole. That's the one that arrived April the 30th. Well, there's more than one now. Oh, it's several of them. It's several of them now. The next picture is the front yard. Well, excuse me, the front camera. So you're going to see a video. The video is awesome, you guys. It hasn't done this in, oh God, probably about 6 months. So when some of them come around, they gather around the light. It's like they feed off of the electricity, the power. Y'all see the face, right? and you see the smaller light right underneath the face, that's them. Now, I jumped on the camera. I want to say this was last night. Yeah. Last night, early last night. And I jumped on the camera because I saw all the chunky white ones in the back. So I'm like, let me take a look out front. As soon as I got on that camera, that light, I don't know. I need to study Morse codes because I'm not aware of it. But it was, doing the blinking and just, oh my gosh. You guys want to see her in a minute. The video. It's definitely was trying to communicate. Communicate what? I don't know. But somebody mentioned before, like Morse codes, and no other light around was doing it, just that one. But I've shared in the past videos where several lights, it's like they were communicating, and they didn't do it at the same time, so it wasn't about the wind blowing or any of that. Like, say one light would blink 3-4 times, then a couple houses down, after that one stopped, another one would start, and then it was just jump around. Now this screenshot is from, look at that, I don't know what kind of creature that was. I shared a video on it already. That was captured with my phone while I was standing outside. I just remember seeing a light, like this object glowing, not like a light. Whatever it was glowing, and I looked over, and I caught it. I looked back, and it went away, and the way it left, like you could see the antennas on it and everything, you guys. I'm not gonna lie, that creeped me out. That right there, look at it. Oh my gosh. That's like an insectoid, if I said that right, insectoid. It's an extraterrestrial, but it's like an insectoid. Anyways, back to the front. Look at them. There's one right there. I didn't circle, you guys. If you look straight in the middle, he's right beside the bush to the right. You can see his beak. He has like a jug-shaped head, which is like a darker gray. You can see the black eye. You can even see his ear at the top. But he has like a beak. I'll go ahead and circle it because I really want you guys to see him. Now, there's a few. There's a few there. But he stood out to me. The one with the little beak mouth. Oh my gosh. Like he really, really stood out. And I just could not believe how many of them were out there. And I feel like they're all coming out from the portal at the park. It's so many of them out there right now. And it's so weird how they will get over there, like on the side of a house, wherever there's light. And it's like, some of them are like spirits, and they lay on top of that house, and the whole side of the house can look like a face. That is like, wow. That's mind-blowing. So if you look at the bottom of the picture, that is a fire hydrant, the first white one. Now moving back, I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a yard sign. But I know the one at the bottom of the picture is a fire hydrant. If you go to the top, the one that's standing on top of the house, that is a some type of sewer pipe or whatever. Just to kind of let you guys know what those two are. Now, the rest of them is, yeah. I have no idea. The two dots of light, like, I feel like that's them too. You can kind of see them up in the tree over there to the right, above the rooftop, and underneath that rooftop, and definitely on that porch. I thought this was an awesome picture to share. Now, what's coming up next is the video. Get ready. Awesome. And look at the ones above that house right there. As soon as I got on, look at that light. As soon as I got on the camera, it was on it. I mean, as soon as I got on. And it did it all night. It did it all night. I don't stay on as long as I used to. And I'll say this, I've said it before. Excuse me, because to me it's like an invitation. In the past, when I've been on the camera, I've had encounters afterwards. So some weren't, I wouldn't say like, how do I say this? Let's just say some were not pleasant, okay? I'll just put it like that. Some were not pleasant. And, oh, did you see the one right above the garage blink? That little round light, that's one of them. It just literally blinked. But yeah, some of them aren't pleasant. So now, I remember I had the dream about the brown substance that hovered above the tree. And so I went over there with my camera. I'm standing under the tree, and all of a sudden the brown substance comes together, and it forms into what looks like a Bigfoot, right? And it climbs down the tree really fast, and this thing is like 11, 12 feet tall. It was super tall. I dropped the phone. I take off running, go back to the house. Go back upstairs to the room. And when I get up there, that's when I caught it reaching its arm through the window. Well, long story short, what I got from that vision, that dream, is that it came over because it was curious about me, right? Because I was curious about it. It wasn't watching me first. I noticed it. And I went over there and investigated. Ooh, look at the big old face, the big old head right above that light, if y'all haven't seen it already. But, yeah, so that to me was like a very powerful message. And it made sense because I'm like, some of the times in the past that I've had these encounters was very well because I was on the camera. And so I feel like if you see them, they see you. And remember, these are like, some of these are celestial, rather they're plasma, ethereal, whatever. Spirit-like, whatever. They see straight through the house. It's not about you being able to hide inside of a house. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. They can see, I feel like they see straight through everything. They're different. They're not from this dimension, And so if you notice them, they notice you. Period. When every night that I'm outside, like when it first gets dark and I'm standing outside, here comes the lights. They just start popping in. And I understand, like, my motion lights turn on at night. I get that. I'm not talking about that. This is different, you guys. No one has a motion light way up in a tree. Like that, no. It doesn't, and then it blinks. It'll start blinking, and no. And I say that because I know there's people who will rationalize this. You got to remember, the first year they came, it was to the point where I got in a car and I started driving around looking for these lights. I did it during the day and I did it at night, searching, and I could not locate them. I could not find the light, the source of it. One of them, I think I had discovered, and it didn't even make sense because it was sitting up in a tree. So, and I'm sure if I were to go into my Google account, I could find several videos showing you guys how all the lights around here at some point or another did behave just the way that light is behaving. Starting with my own very own porch light. Look at that. Wow. That's amazing. And it's not the light itself doing it. So the pictures I showed you where it shows the faces and stuff, that's, yeah. There are actual, so this is the full video. So you see the whole entire view. There's some type of spirit, creature, being, whatever. Because it's so much, you guys. There's ETs, there's celestials, there's plasma beings, there's solar deities, like gnomes. Oh my gosh. Critters, goblins, cryptids, you name it. And human spirits, let's not forget them. Now, y'all know I had to save the best for last. So, I zoomed in on that video. There they are. Now, I was out there. I had started a little fire. Look what was watching me. Y'all see them in the corner. Y'all see them. I had to save the best for last. Check this out. Now, some may say, well, this video is grainy. That is them. That is them. They're all up in them trees, y'all. Imagine, like, it's like a celestial spider web, you know? They're all in there. They're the ones sending out the orbs. Look at him. I know y'all see him sit on that branch. Look at, now they're having a bonfire in their backyard over there. But look at those chunks of like, plasma over there. It is incredible. Like, you can really see them, you guys. Like, oh my gosh, I could not believe that night. I was like this. And I was out there earlier. Look how dark it is. And in that darkness, this is the manifestation that, like I said, they don't want to be seen. Check this one out. Now you're going to see a light pop up. Look at him up there by the tree. Just sitting there. You're going to see a light popping in a minute. An orb. Excuse me, an orb. That's me with the bonfire. I think this is the right video. I think this is the right video. Okay, so we saw that light over there. Not sure if that was a car or what. Normally it's two headlights. And then you'll see like a red light from the brakes. But, I mean, there it is. You see it. After seeing that yellow light over there, then that pops in. Watch it. It's not a rabbit. It's not a rodent. It's an orb. Well, it's an actual creature, but absolutely amazing. And I knew, I felt it. That's why I went in the house. I knew. That's why, look how it went out. That's why, it's actually still there. It turned his light off. That's why I started the fire. Because I felt like there was something out there with me. And it had got too dark. And I was doing a video. Yep, it's still there. It turned his light off. Wow. You see the big one up in the tree? Now check this video out. So like I said, they're having a bonfire across the street behind their house. Behind it. Now if you zoom in, I don't know if you're watching on your phone or on the TV, look at those celestials over there. So earlier in the video, I showed you guys a couple screenshots of a huge celestial hanging from a tree. This is the video. This is the video. I mean, they were giants. They covered the whole tree. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'm shocked over my backyard. Like, if you know, from the past couple years, how we had all the crops. However, the grass grew back and it's a different color. It's almost like a bluish black looking color. It's weird. It is so strange. And when I walk over those areas, you know, like it has an energy, you guys. You can feel it. It feels, this land is very tainted. Like, you can tell something happened here. Okay, so here's some more. Now check this out. This is, and I unplugged that camera. Remember in the last video I said I don't know what's happening. It's not my camera doing this. That light. I don't know where it's coming from. If it's the camera, I don't understand. You know, I don't think it's the camera. It shouldn't be the camera. It does it on any camera I get on. You see this light doing that. So I don't know if that's them like messing with my light, but it it's something else, you guys. There's no telling with them. That's what you call paranormal activity, I guess. I feel like it's them doing it. Because remember, this camera is plugged in, so it's not, oh, the batteries are running low, the light's going out. None of that. And then I shared on live early this morning look at that. Did you see how that was? For the past few nights, we go out there. Well, the morning we go out there, and the tent is laying on top of my my light that I have out there. I even moved the tent over. So we go out there the next day, tent's laying on top of the light. The only way that could happen is if somebody pulled the tent back over. So that's when I was like, okay. And you see the chunky white in the corner over there up in my tree? See? Wow. You know, I had to save the best for last. Look at it. See how thick that is? It's like a thick substance. And I believe that orb that we just saw is not a spot on the camera, because I do get out there and clean my cameras. I think that is a celestial orb. Like, what some of those rods are coming out of, should I say. Oh, and the last couple of days, like 3 of my cameras were down. Now they're back up. Now I didn't do that. That is the camera doing this. It's detecting motion. So I thought that was strange how that area lit up when cars go by, unless it had like a light on top of it and I didn't catch it. Like, you know how the trucks have the higher lights on the top. Now, what I got coming up is a series of pictures over the past 5 years. I've shared this before, but I want to share it again. We'll end the video that way. Look at that blue light. That is them, you guys. So for those of you who haven't seen it, I just thought I would throw it in there. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely. I'll go ahead and let this play, and I will catch you all in the next video. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have the option to hype this video, I appreciate it if you could do so. See you guys in the next video. Peace.